What's up guys, Barbarian your bust here today with the Flay, Rupture, Bleed Barb, and we are going to do Infernal Horde Tier 6. So as we know, Flay's downfall is AoE, and we are going to use, well we are using, Pain Gorgers, and that is how we are going to proc this. To give it more AoE. Because that is what we need for the Infernal Hordes. That's why Rupture is a lot better, like faster. We can kill more things than we can with Flay. Alright, we gotta go over here because we need that. We need that good stuff. We need that ether. So again, for Season 5, the strongest bleed build is going to be Flay. Come on. Oh, we missed it. Which I think is still unfortunate. It would be really nice if we could see a little bit of a change. I'm still going to try to do a hybrid version, and I'm still going to update Rupture. But this build can easily do tormented bosses. I ran out of sigil stones, but I did all the tormented bosses except for Duriel and Andariel. It was pretty cool. And I did them all in about 10 seconds. So Flay is still super powerful. And we do use a pole arm. We're not using the Fields of Crimson. And we are using the new unique sword. Okay, so again, it is still light on AoE, but it's the best we have, and it is still very, very strong. I thought that Spire was done. Spires are still the worst, in my opinion. So Pain Gorgers does not work with gushing wounds. It won't do your crit damage. But besides that, it is still a decent way for us to have some AoE. And see, we got this guy pretty much. Oh, get out of the way of that. Boom. We're gonna give another one right here now. Oh no, he won't. Not ready yet. Yeah, so the big downfall with Flay is because we don't have a lot of AoE, but we try to make up for it with Pain Gorgers.
So
yeah, we still use Rupture all the time to reset our cooldowns. And we have 2 ways of damage reduction to make sure that hopefully nothing will kind of one-shot us. That's the goal. Okay, where's that big guy here? We gotta go get him. There he is. There we go, he's dead. Is my dog in the background? I don't think she likes the Infernal Hordes. Listen to her. She doesn't like this game. Alright, wave 6. We're getting a lot of vampires. My dog doesn't like vampires. Okay, this guy's gonna have, there, one of these bosses here. There we go. So we got 2 here now. Oh man, my dog is really funny right now. Okay, oh. Alright, we gotta kill these guys here. There we go. Hellborn is the absolute best. I really love getting that one because they always just come to you. So you can kind of just stay in the middle and just kind of drag everything to you. Works really well for this playstyle. Look at that. Oh, don't want to get hit by that. Yeah, those will kill you no matter what. Okay, now we got a big guy here. We gotta take him out. Take out all the small guys. There we go. I must wait. And he's dead. Alright, final wave. And then on to the council. So the fire gets a little tricky. Okay. Yeah, we were just stuck in the middle there. Not too much we could do. Move around a little bit. There we go. Now for the easier part, really. As you can see, we are crushing this guy pretty quickly. Okay, so he's dead. Okay, move out of the way of those guys. Don't need to get hit by that. Okay, he's dead. And on to the last one. Okay, we're gonna take a small break and get out of the way of these guys. And he's dead. And that is Flay Rupture. As you can see, the boss fight was clearly the easiest part and was kind of a cakewalk. The hardest part is with all the enemies with the actual Infernal Hordes because we don't do a lot of AoE. So for bossing, this is absolutely amazing. This is great for all tormented bosses, pit bosses, Infernal Horde bosses, but we're still a little light with the AoE damage. Let's go over the build. Up here we have the Helmet of Might, very important, with Strength Max Life Armor, Resistance, and Steel Grass Stuns. And the Rage of Haragath, you always want to use this in a bleed build. Then we use the Pain Gorgers. This is what helps us have AoE for our Flay. So this is very important. I got really lucky and got a max roll on the 200%. Next we take Hectic for some cooldown reduction, and you want max life, ranks to Flay, and some resistances if you don't have cap, and Steel Grass Stuns is very important. Next is the Weapon Masters, and very important with this build that you have one slot that has Fury per second. And on one two-hander, we have the Moon Rising. This is what gives Flay an absolutely amazing damage buff. And on all your weapons, you want Strength, Max Life, either Critical Strike, and then you want some Vulnerable. And for your tempers, you want Flay Duration on all three weapons, and have a mix of damage to Berserking, or Vulnerable damage, or Critical Strike damage, depending on your needs. And then we take the rapid aspect. This is what makes Flay absolutely amazing. Without this, Flay does not nearly deal the damage that it does when we have 4 weapons with just Flay duration. This piece is extremely important. I wouldn't play Flay without this item. And of course, without the Rage of Haragath. In our other two-hander, we have the Wanton's Rupture. Very important to have this on a two-hander, so our Rupture bleeds enemies every 8 seconds. And this one, as you can see, rolled with damage over time. I do wish it had critical strike damage, but damage over time is just okay. It's not best in slot. And for our ring here, we have the aspect of Creeping Death. And on both rings, you want strength, attack speed, critical strike chance. You don't need resource generation, and you definitely don't want ultimate damage. I was trying to roll critical strike damage, and I ran out of rolls. So that was very disappointing, but this ring is still really amazing. And Creeping Death is really important to have Steel Grass Stuns. Steel Grass stuns enemies, and it immobilizes enemies. So you're getting a 40% from Creeping Death. Absolutely amazing. And here we have the Loop of Adaptability, another reason why Flay is super strong. And this one does have critical strike damage on it for tempering. And I don't like to put this on the amulet because I like to have the Iron Warrior on the amulet to get as much damage reduction as possible. So this amulet, we have attack speed, critical strike chance, and cut to the bone. And for tempers, I do have resource generation because I did use this for my Ren Rupture build, and we do have damage while berserking. My resistances are completely maxed out. My critical strike chance is a tad low at almost 52%. With a decent critical strike damage of 1,176%, and your vulnerable damage, you actually only need to max it out to 350% to max out your hemorrhage node. Get some damage while berserking tempers to max out damage while berserking at 300% to get blood rage at a 30%. Our weapon expertise is two-handed axe. Let's go over the skills. We have 7 points in Flay for Battle Flay. Battle Flay is super important because it gives that 15x bleed damage. Also very important for this build is Endless Fury. With Endless Fury and 1 roll of Fury per second on your gear, you don't need to worry about this item here where it costs 25 primary resource. With this, we have max resource because we're already gaining more resource than what we're spending, so we always have max resource. Then down here we take 3 ranks to Imposing Presence, 3 ranks to Martial Vigor, 3 ranks to Iron Skin for Tactical Iron Skin, only 2 ranks in Challenging Shout for Enhanced Challenging Shout. We don't need Strategic, and we don't need Tactical. We don't need any more Fury, and we don't have Thorns in this build. Then we take 3 ranks into Swiftness, 3 ranks into Aggressive Resistance, 3 ranks into Booming Voice, 3 ranks into Warcry for Power Warcry, as everything is close to us all the time. This bonus procs pretty much consistently, except for when we're fighting the bosses. 3 ranks in Pit Fighter, 3 ranks in Slaying Strike, and I took 6 ranks into Rupture, into Warrior's Rupture for the attack speed bonus, but I took 4 ranks to get the cooldown lower. If this only has 1 rank, I find with the amount of cooldown reduction I have, it's not enough. If you have more cooldown reduction, you might be able to take less points here. 1 point into Hamstring, 3 points in Cut to the Bone, 5 ranks in Steel Grasp for Fighter Steel Grasp. And again, with Steel Grasp, I have more ranks in there for that cooldown reduction. 3 ranks into Heavy Handed, and our key passive is Gushing Wounds. And for the Paragon board, our first glyph is Executioner. This is why we use a polearm. Only take this if you're using a polearm, and polearms deal more damage. That's why this is important to take. Our second board is Hemorrhage, and our glyph is Territorial. We take Territorial for the damage reduction against close enemies, as most enemies are close to us. Our third board is Carnage, where we take the Might glyph. Our fourth board is Warbringer, where we take Wrath. We take as many points in Wrath as possible, as we want to increase our critical strike damage as much as we can to increase our Gushing Wounds. Our fifth board is Blood Rage, and we take Ire. And our sixth and final board is Decimator, where we take Exploit. This is a great build for bossing, for doing tormented bosses, for doing pit bosses, any sort of bossing, any sort of single target. This build completely shines. Its only weakness is the AoE, so ironically, it's not 100% perfect for Infernal Hordes, but it'll melt the bosses as you saw. Hope you guys enjoy the build. If you have these pieces, definitely give it a try. Flay is still the king of bleed builds, and hopefully its cousin Rend will be able to catch up someday. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.